So while we discussing about the hash table, we find that there is one drawback here while finding the while using the hash function. What is that drawback? So in previous session, we discussed that based on this hash function, we get a one drawback. What is that means? So two data values. If two data values will get the same index number, then what is the solution? That is the if two values, okay, if two, for example, I'm taking like this 23 modulus 10. What is the output here? 3 is the output. Means what is the meaning of this when we use the hash function? At the index number 3, we need to store 23. Right. For example, another number is there, 263. Again, I'm taking another number, that is 263. So even if you do modulus for this new data item, that is 263, what is the output we will get? Same, 3 only. Okay, it means for two different, okay, for two different data items, we are getting the same location number, same location number. At that time, the compiler can't choose which data item will store at the third location. That is the drawback in previous we got, right? This is the drawback actually. So even if we take a different two different items, if the two values, the last digit at the unit place is same, then it is a drawback. Why? Because so we will get the, if you perform the modulus operation, we will get the last digit as the index number, right? So if the two data items having the same number at the unit place, then it is a problem. It's a drawback because we compiler can't decide at which location, means third location. We got third location, the compiler can't decide which data item should be stored at the third location. That is the drawback actually. So to overcome this drawback, today we are going to talk about the different types of hash functions to overcome that problem. Okay. So what is mean by hash function actually? So hash function, it's a function, okay, which will be used for mapping, okay, for mapping any big number or a string into a small integer value, into a small integer value. If the digit having a 10 digits, okay, if the number integer number having a 10 digits, then we need to convert it as a small integer value, like two digits or one digit or three digits, like that. So based on that number only we can store we can find the index number to store the data item, right? So that is nothing but a hash function. What is meant by a hash function? Maps any big number means large number into a smaller integer value. For that, for converting this large into small digit, we are going to use the hash function. Okay, what the hash function will do? It will take the data item. Data item in the sense, whatever the value which we want to store in the hash table, that is nothing but a data item. Okay, it will take, the hash function will take data item as input. Okay, so here the input is whatever the value or data item which we want to store in the table, that is nothing but a input. Okay, that is nothing but a data item. It will take data item as a input, and what it returns as a output, or it returns a small integer value as a output. Okay, hash function will takes input as data item and gives the output as small integer value. This small integer value, see the small integer value is called as what we call that small integer value means hash value, because we are getting this small integer value with the help of the hash function which we selected. Okay, so this hash value of the data item, okay, is used, this hash value is used as an index, as an index. Why should we use this index? Based on this index we are going to store the this data item into the hash table. Okay, based on this index, okay, listen carefully. So first the hash function will take input as data item, okay, and gives the output as small integer value. Okay, whatever we are getting the value here, that value is called hash value. Okay, that value is called hash value, and this value is referred by an index. This value is referred by index. It means whatever we are getting the value here, that will be acts like an index. What is the purpose of the index? Whatever the value here, data item means values, input values, whatever the values we need to store in hash table. How we are going to store? Based on the index. From where we are getting this index? From hash value. Okay, so that is nothing but a hash function. Here the input is data item, output is small integer value. I will explain two examples so that you will understand what it means actually. Okay, and hash function having some properties. So let's just look at this once. So it is efficiently computable, efficiently computable. So just now I said it will take the large integer value and convert it as a small integer value. That is nothing but the efficiently it is going to calculate. Okay, that is the first point. It is one property. What is the second property? Minimizes the number of collision. What is the second point here? Second point is nothing but just now I discussed, if the index value is the same, for example, if the index value is same, it leads to collision. It leads to collision. Okay, that collisions will be reduces when we use the hash function. Okay, that is another property. It distributes the keys uniformly over the table. What is the table here? Hash table. Okay, so with that it will distribute the keys. So distribute the keys means keys here. What the keys refers here? Data items. Data items are the values which we want to store in the table, that will be distribute uniformly. Okay, means orderly. Okay, the hash function uses all the input data. So just now here we discussed hash function will take the input as what? It will take the input data item. Here also same point. The hash function uses the all the input data as the all the data sets as the input data. So it uses the hash function. All the input data will be use hash functions. Whatever the input data or data items, every data item, the last point is every data item will use the hash function. So these are the few properties belongs to the hash function. Okay. Next, so what there are different types of hash functions are there. There are different types of hash functions are there. In that, the first one is a mid square hash function. Mid square hash mid. Mid means we have to, after squaring the data item, okay, square of the data item, we have to took the middle term. Mid means middle term we need to take. Okay, division hash function. Division means there we are going to perform the division operation on data item. for every type of hash function, I'm going to explain 2 examples so that easily you will understand. Next, the third one is a folding hash function. So these are the 3 types of hash functions. So what is the first one? Mid square hash function, division hash function, folding hash function. So these are the 3 types of hash functions. Okay. So depending on the type of the hash function, the efficient of the hash table will be increases. Okay. When the efficiency will be increases based on the type of the hash function which we choose. Okay. Based on the type of the hash function which we use in the in the process of hashing mechanism. Okay. So based on that, either a mid square or division or folding, based on the type of that, the efficiency will be vary. Okay. Let's start each one, each type of the hash function. So what is the first one? Division method. So what the division method means? Okay. So look here. So it will choose any number, or we up to now we call it as a data item, right? So the data item or any number m smaller than the number of n of keys in keys in k. It means simply I'm going to say that if you take the any large number. Okay. So you have to convert that large number into small number. You have to convert a large number into small number. How you are going to convert? For that, there is a formula. What is that formula? H means hash function. It will indicate as a hash function. H of k means k. What is mean by k? Keys. So keys in the sense, what it means, keys in the sense whatever the data item or a value which we took. Okay. So that value, for I will say the example, h of k equal to k modulus m. Here m is nothing but the size of the index. The size of the index. How we are going to take the size of the index? This m value should be less than the number of elements present in the list. Okay. Less than the number of elements. N means number of elements present in the list. Okay. So this m, whatever we choose, the m, that should be less than the this one number of elements in the given list. Like that we have to choose. Okay. So what is the formula for that? Either you can use this one, k modulus m, or k modulus m plus 1. Either any one of the function you can choose. For example, here m equal to 12. M equal to 12. And the key in the sense, the data which we want to store in the hash table. The data, at the 100 should be stored in the hash table. But here the point is where we want to store. That is the point here. Okay, means we are going to find the location, actually, address location. How we are going to find the location? Based on this formula. H of k. H of k means, for example, like this. H of k means h of, okay, 100. H of 100 equal to k modulus m. K modulus m means, k means 100. Modulus, okay, modulus m means 12. 100 modulus 12. What is the output we will get? 4 is the output. 4 is the output. So it means at fourth location or at fourth index, we need to store 100 at fourth location. Okay. Here, depending on the data item, we need to find the index number. After getting the index number, at that particular index number, we are going to store that key value. Key means the data which we want to store in the hash table. In the hash table. So it requires only a single division operation. That's it. No, because we are performing only single division hash, single division operation. Okay. So compared to the others, division is the quite fast. Okay, so if it execute fast, then we will get the index number as soon, right? So that we can store our key value in that particular location. So like this, the what is this type? Division method. Method will be works here. M means number of m in the sense size. Okay, size of the hash table. In previous, I took 10. Okay, like array 0 to 9. That is the size of the array. Like here, that will be denoted with small m. Okay, key in the sense the value which we want to store in the hash table. What is meant by n? N in the sense number of elements present in an array or array list. Okay, but here the condition is m always should be less than the number of elements. That is the only thing you have to remember here. And the formula you have to remember is h of k, h of hash function of k equal to k modulus m. M is the size, key is the value. Okay, what is the second type of hash function? So the second type of hash function is mid square method. Mid square method. Just now I said mid means middle term we need to take. From where? From square of the result. Square of the result. Okay. So we here, what is the formula means? H of hash function of k equal to capital L. Here what the L indicates? So L indicates means, so it's a k square. L indicates in the sense, for example, we need to take it to 12. Okay. So after square, so 12 is the key value, that is the k value. We need to square it, whatever the result we will get. Okay. From that, we need to delete the digit at both ends. Means at the right side and the left side, we need to delete it. And after deleting the right and the left terms, digits, whatever the resultant digits we will get, that is called as a L. That is called as a L. I will explain the example so that you will understand. You will get the clarity about this mid-square formula. Okay. Here, so whenever you are choosing the mid-square method, then the key is squared first. Key is squared. Squared in the key is squared in the sense whatever the value we took, that should be square first. Next, what we want to do? The middle or midpart of the result is used as the index. Okay, after getting the result, after getting the result, the middle terms will be treated as a index number. Index number, so that we can store our key into that particular index. This is the mid square method. I will explain the example, okay, later after finishing this folding method formula. Okay, the third type of hash function is folding method or digit folding. Sometimes we call it as a digit folding also. Okay, so folding method, in case of a folding method, we need to take the key first. Okay, and after taking the key, should be partitioned into small number of parts. That will be denoted as like this: k1, k2 up to kn. It's your decision to divide into parts. Actually, depending on the size of the size of the table, you need to divide into parts. Okay. So after dividing that, sum all the dividing parts. Okay, sum all the dividing parts. After summing, we will get one result. No, that result will be acts like an index number in case of a folding method. Okay, in case of a folding method, we need to first divide, not divide, just divided into parts. We should not divide with any other number. Whatever we took the number, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have to divide into two, like three parts. How to divide? 1, 2 plus 3, 2, 3, 4 plus 5, like that. Okay, like that we have to divide into small parts. Then we need to add all the numbers. Whatever the number we will get as a result, that should be treated as a index for that particular key. Okay, it means at that particular location, we are going to store the key. Okay, so that is nothing but a folding method. Folding method. Okay, now I'm going to explain the examples for each type of the hash function so that you will understand easily. Okay, but remember all the formulas. Yeah, this is one example. Okay, so what the example indicates here? Okay, so in a company, assume in a company there are 68 employees are there. This I'm going to explain the example for the type of hash functions. Listen carefully. If you understand this example, then easily you can write the theory and the formulas for all the types of the hash functions. So that's why I'm explaining the examples. Please, all of you, listen carefully. So here in this example, there is a company. In that 68 employees are there. Okay, and every employee having, okay, unique 4-digit employee number, like how well, like your roll numbers. Okay, same like the employees, every employee having the 4-digit employee number. Suppose if I want to store those employees, okay, whoever the employees are there, should be stored into hash table. Then how the compiler is going to calculate the index numbers, means locations. Here the condition he gave is 2-digit address. He has to take the 2-digit address. Okay, it means these 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 19, these are all location numbers, like index numbers. At that particular location number, we are going to store the employee numbers. Employees. Employees we can store. Okay. For example, here I am taking the 3 employee IDs. Assume these are the 3 employee IDs. Okay. Now we need to find the location address. Okay, location or index. Okay, we need to find the index for these 3 employees. What these 3 numbers are belongs to? These the numbers are belongs to employee IDs. We need to store at particular location. Okay. Now here we have to use three types of hash functions. Just look at the first one. What is the first employee ID? 3205. Hash function of key. Key means 3205. Key means, see, this is the key. Now, it will indicate as a key. Okay. Now, hash of k. Hash function of key equal to, what is the formula we read about the division method? Key modulus m. How we are going to choose the m? How we are going to choose the m? So here m is, we are going to choose one prime number. Okay, that number is nothing but a m. Here m is nothing but, so what here is m is nothing but 97. Here m is nothing but a 97. Why we took the 97? Actually, we have how many addresses? Totally 99, means 100. Among 100, so what is the last prime number in the given 100 location numbers 97. That's why we took the 97 as M. What is the formula? Key means 3205 modulus. Okay, modulus 97. Modulus 97. Then what is the remainder we will get? 4. What is the remainder we will get? 4. It means assume this is the hash table. Assume this is the hash table. Hash table contains so many location numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So it will starts with 0 and ends with 99 because he gave the condition that 99. No, that's why here I'm taking 99. And what we got? 4 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, 4 here is there. It means at fourth location, at fourth index or at fourth location, we need to store 3245. We need to store 3245 here. At the 67th location, we need to store 7145. At the 17th location, we need to store 2345 as employee ID. Like this, we are finding the index numbers. Okay, index numbers. The numbers does not, repeat again. That's why we are using the hash function methods. Okay. Now, what is the second method? Mid square method. Mid square method in the sense, for example, what are the employee IDs I'm taking here? So in the given question, what he gave the employee IDs? 3205 one thing and 7145. What is the second method? Mid square. Mid square means we need to perform the square operation for each one of the data item or employee ID in our example. So 3205 square is this one and 7148 square is this one. Okay, so here mid means middle term we need to get. What is the middle term in the given square? 72. And here in this 93 is the mid term. So we need to pick those two numbers. This is whatever we will get. That is nothing but the key. That is nothing but the index number. At this index number, we are going to store these keys. Okay, it means at 93 location, listen carefully. What we are going to store? 7148. At 72 location, what we are going to store 3205. Like that, we are going to find the index number and then store our keys. Keys here in our example, keys is nothing but employee IDs. In the same way, what is the third method? It's very easy. The third method is, so what is the third method is, whatever the employee IDs we took, okay, divide into two parts. Why I'm dividing into two parts? Why? Because our address is 2 digits only. In the given question, he gave one condition. Our address consists of 2 digits only. That's why we divided into two parts. 3205. Simply just first 2 digits, last 2 digits. So like this. Just perform the sum operation. And whatever we get the numbers, these are the index. These are the index. Okay. So at this index number, for example, 82 we got no after performing the folding method. This is nothing but folding method. So at 82 location, we are going to store the 3205. At 55 location, we are going to store the 7148. At 68th location, we need to store the 2345. So like this, the compiler is going to find the index numbers. After that, it is storing our keys. So this is one example. I'm going to explain another example, same like that only. In this example, we are taking 4 records. Okay, these are the 4 records. Now, and the size of the table is 10. Size, assume the size of the table is 10. Okay. Then how you are going to calculate the index numbers? Like this. Every record 54, 72, 89, 37, modulus 10. Whatever we get these numbers, this is nothing but a location numbers. It means at fourth location we store 54, at second location 72, like that. Okay. Mid square in the sense, for example, if you take 3,111, we need to square it. After squaring, for example, the hash table is 1000. Then we need to select 3 digits as the index numbers. That's why middle 3 digits, 783. In the square, 783 middle terms we need to take. At that location, we need to store 3,111. Okay. And the last method is digit folding. Digit folding in the sense, for example, this is the record which we took. Okay, we need to divide into parts like this: 123, 654, and 12. Okay, and sum all the three numbers like this. Okay, what we got? 789 means 789 is the index number. At this location, we need to store this number. Like that, we need to perform all the hash functions. Thank you, Ma.